And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in the Long Dark, where I'm actually slightly happy that we recovered as much as we did in
I
that
would
bed.
take almost anything about now.
So I think we're in a good place to head out to Mountain Town. Eh, Aurora's not an issue here. Wasn't expecting there to be one, but it's not an issue. It would be convenient to have the Aurora now. Oh, no, the Aurora also, as I start to contemplate one, like, oh, if this would be convenient if we were in, Pleasant Valley, and then the Aurora just goes away. Yeah, not a problem. Double stuff, it just goes away. So we're gonna go through the cave, the climb down, the climb up, be in Mountain Town. We'll see where we are at that point, because we're on our way to drop off a battery, and we're just about the right weight to shimmy down the rope, shimmy up the rope. And then we'll be really light once we've done that. Though we are, at that point, going to be very late on fuel. We got one piece of coal, 2 sticks, a couple torches, but basically no other fuel than that, so... If I see... Well, if I see 2 pieces of coal, I'll grab them as we walk through this cave. Swap one of them, swap the second one for a stick. I'm not going to go out of the way for it. So I'm just going to focus on getting through this cave right now. There's one piece of coal. We have carrying capacity for that. To pick up the second one, I'll need to drop a stick to do the climb. But again, I might not even come across the second piece of coal. There may have been one down that dead end, but I didn't want to make the turn to go down the wrong way. Ghost coal. Okay, we're about warmed up as we're reaching the end of the cave here. It is going to be cold outside because it's real early morning. So, shimmy down the first rope, go over to the cave, warm to the cave, shimmy up the next rope. It's basically the plan. Once we're up the second rope, if need be, we can burn fatigue aggressively to get places to avoid taking more damage. That was a weird screen jiggle. Imagine IRL if my proverbial head did that sort of jingle, I'd be tripping. As in, well, I suppose the term is head over heels, but probably going face over feet. It's beautiful, starry night, possibly full moon. Yeah, that looks like a full moon. The moon is up. And yeah, we're making good time. But that's the one advantage of actually not being over carrying capacity, is you make so much better time than if you were over carrying capacity. In this case, we need to do climbing, so we have to be under carrying capacity, otherwise we can't shimmy up and down the ropes without leaving things behind. Down the first rope with the proverbial lead weight. Into the cave. It is in theory now dawn.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
So it is officially daytime. As nighttime as that looked, that was technically daytime as far as this game's concerned. Take a 1 hour snooze to get back to warm. Also recover a little bit of fatigue that we lost from the climb. And pick up the bed. Shimmy up the next one. I suppose before we do the shimmy up the next one, let's hydrate up so we got a little bit more spare carrying capacity. So we're arguably light enough. I can pick up another piece of coal. Similar. This may be something enough to light a torch, but I don't really have torches to light in the effort to have the carrying capacity for the battery. I left most of the spare sort of equipment I normally bring with me everywhere, like extra torches. See the rope, we're gonna go up. This is gonna be the one that exhausts us, because it's a climb up, not a climb down. Then we start to scrabble up. We've got crampons on, so we should be able to safely go straight up the whole thing without stopping in the middle. This also isn't a very long one either. The longer ones you probably want the crampons on to do the whole path, otherwise you'll have to stop halfway up. Okay, got a warm building. To pass the time here, instead of sleeping, we're going to process our bridge work. It's only a 10-minute warm-up, but it's a start. Then we'll pass the time getting the warming up of us here. There we go. Okay, we lost the fiery sun of the early morning here, but get back to making good progress here. Hiking through Milton Park. I think a lot of the game files technically refer to Well, Milton is the town that in the game files is referred to as Mountain Town. So Mountain Town kind of stuck before they got around to deciding what Milton was going to be called. Mountain Town. It's going to be called as a name. So Milton and Mountain Town are two names for the same thing at this point. Mountain Town is Milton. So we're going to go take our walk through Milton. Quite where we can... Actually, no, we can see the radio tower. So there's the radio tower. That's where we're heading up to. We'll get up there. It's early enough in the day, and I have enough health that I think I'm going to risk just shoving the radio, or shoving the battery in the radio tower, which will trigger there being an aurora tonight. Because it's early enough in the day, I think we can get over to our meat supply, where we killed the bear earlier, fill up on food. I think I got torches in grandmother's here, so we're going to grab a bunch of torches in grandmother's, grab food at the bear. Use the safety of the torches to get down close to where I think the... at this point, after the fiasco that was Pleasant Valley, I have spoiled myself on roughly where this bunker is. Rough idea where it is, not the exact area. So then we're going to go straight down to it and try to camp out somewhere nearby until the aurora hits. And I think we can do that pretty easily in 12 hours. Or so before the aurora hits, if we shove the battery in right now.
My fingers feel numb.
And then the plan will be go back down to Coastal Highway, complete the trader delivery, and try to complete it early in the morning, because I believe completing the trader delivery will trigger an aurora that night. So you can talk to Zolin and tell him, hey, please pick up my delivery that I've prepped. And try to use that aurora to make the run into the third bunker. So we'll be ready to go try the fourth one. The fourth one's a little easier to not try to do via triggered. Because it's in an area where you've got both aurora and glitter fog.
Never felt so cold in my life.
Investigate signal in Hush River Valley. Now we're real late, because that just saves us 15 kilograms of carrying capacity. Here, we'll see how much of my initial plans we can get done in the stream. We're on the second part of 5. I think we'll get into the bunker either in this part or the next part. And I don't know how long it's going to take for us to acquire 40 kilograms of meat on the coast, so it might just be this one part. Scrap metal. Given the circumstances, I actually might take the flares. And a bunch of torches. And some water. Just showing you how low on normal carrying capacity I am. Because I'm just like, yeah, we can take all these torches, it's not a problem. Okay, got 6 of those. It's the wrong button. We got 3 sticks. We probably want more than 3 sticks. I've got 5 empty kilograms of carrying capacity. Take the sticks. That's probably fine. We don't need a lot of sticks. Might also be an argument about how much I normally hoard that I don't need. Yeah, let's get an hour rest in, get a little bit of fatigue back, and then out to food we go. Late morning cold. Not abnormally cold for late morning. Though, could be warmer. I've seen warmer abnormal, or warmer late mornings. That's, wolf. Not 100% sure where that wolf is, but get the torch out. There's that wolf. Wait, if the weather stops playing along, we can at least start up a fire pretty safely. Well, let's say if the weather gets colder. If the weather turns into blizzard, I don't doubt we'll be able to keep the fire going. That's a different problem. And we do want to operate until the aura goes. So as much as I could be sprinting right now to get it where we're going faster, that would be burning a resource that I want to conserve, which is our fatigue. To get us to a destination, arguably before we need to be there, right? We've got like 8 hours before we want to be there. And I'd rather have fatigue left when we get there, than be early and have to find someplace to sleep. So we are going to a place where a bear would be, because we're going to a meat pile from a bear kill. It may have been long enough that the bear has respawned, in which case I'll have to be a little careful. Because I'd rather not be delayed by having to recover from a bear mauling. So you can see that's the destination for traveling in Hush River Valley. We want to fill up our calorie bar first. Let's follow this road here for a bit. Is that a deer? No, it's a wolf. This is a regular wolf. I think Mystery Lake and Mountain Town are still 2 places that don't get timberwolves on Interloper. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen one up here yet. Granted, I only just saw 2 parts ago after watching on YouTube. timber wolves in a place that I'm not used to timber wolves, so... I knew they could spawn in Coastal Highway. That's just the first time I've had them spawn in Coastal Highway. They're apparently pretty rare, but when you're not expecting them, oh boy. Timberwolves are a undesired surprise. On a dark and cold and windy night, running into a pack of timberwolves when you're short on fuel is not a great place to be. Light the replacement torch. Swap the bow. Swap Max torch.
Too cold to think.
Rest this hill. See if we see a bear. We don't see a bear, so that's a good early sign. Even if the bear's up, I'd still like to get the bear meat to eat. So we want to hopefully be able to get to the bear meat, which is on the bridge here. Don't see the bear on the bridge. Which, if you're hoping the bear isn't up, is a good thing. And here's our fire. There's the ruined uncooked. There's the, well, sometimes not uncooked meat. Or not unspoiled meat.
Come on, come on.
We're sitting at -8, so let's slap in 10. That would be 10 sticks. Let's go up to 12. 12 sticks. Make 2 liters of water. And we apparently have some cooked meat here already, so let's eat some cooked meat. Hydrate up. Getting a little windy. It hasn't affected our ring fire yet. Heard something that I thought might have been a bear. Never mind, it went infected the cooked fire when I wasn't looking. Okay, we want to get on our way then. Back on the uncooked pile. It's probably not going to let me take this fire with me, but we'll try. No, maybe. Not letting me take the fire with them. Can I get past the wolf here without a fire? No. We do have wind shielded here, so we can just burn a match to get past it. Or maybe I was preemptive and we could have gotten past it without the match. Wolf hasn't noticed us even with the torch.
Damn. I'm freezing.
See if we can keep the torch getting into the cave. If we can, we'll use torches to get through the cave. If not, I'll swap to a lantern. It'll be fine. Got 6, 7 hours to get down to the location, so we're definitely not in a time crunch. We've got time. Though I don't want to take too much damage on the way down, so we'll presumably want to warm up multiple times on the way down. Such as going through this cave. Got carrying capacity, so we'll pick up this coal. Wow. Triple stacked quantum coal. I believe that mostly happens because, well, when the respawn mechanic kicks in, the game doesn't check to see if it's put a coal there, and so it can roll multiple coal and put them in the exact same spot. Normally it would check to make sure the thing, if a thing can respawn, that thing has not respawned before spawning the second time. So you don't see that very often, but when you do, it's always nice, because most of the things it does it for are renewables. Okay, so there's a cave exit. Lighting fire, so we can take the fire with us, but I can spend a little bit of time warming up.
Come on.
So we got 9 minutes on the fire. A little bit of time disassembling these torches. And warming up a bit, I suppose. Drink a birch bark tea, which should get us a good, nice warming up bonus. And a little bit of recovery. And then we can just stick one of our torches in the fire to get a lit torch. For the trip. Off we go. I suppose now is a good time to be thinking about the zone we're going into. So, Hush River Valley, don't think I have it on the map. It might actually be right about here. Basically, we're going to come out here, we're going to come down here, we're going to go basically hug the edge of the map. It's around here is what I've heard from the little bit of spoilage I did. Spoiled the rough area, didn't spoil the exact pile of snow that it's in, if that makes sense. So if I need to, we can always fall back to this cave if it's too cold while we're waiting for the aurora. And then we'll just have that dash. I prefer to be closer to it when that goes off, but we'll see. And actually, oh, as you can see, it takes our torch away. This is a good place because entering this position here is a good place to save. So this is where I'm going to go ahead and put the part break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, somewhat successfully today, keeping it closer to the 30 rather than 40 minutes. So I hope you've all been enjoying. There will be another part up tomorrow if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to go check on the family, so I'll be right back with the next part. So until then, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. And bye for now.